We like to think we'd never fall for a scam. But here's the truth. Even smart, educated people get fooled every day. In this video, we're diving into the psychology of scams and the surprising cognitive biases that fraudsters exploit to trick your brain into saying yes when you should be saying no. Before we get started, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell. Because once you understand the psychology, you'll see the warning signs long before the trap closes. From urgency tricks to trust hacks, let's break down exactly how scammers turn human nature into their greatest weapon. 10. Authority bias. When credentials override common sense. Fraudsters love to dress up in borrowed authority. They'll claim to be from the IRS, your bank, or a government agency. Authority bias makes us automatically defer to perceived expertise, even when red flags are waving. Smart people are particularly vulnerable because they respect credentials and institutional knowledge. A scammer with the right title and official-sounding language can bypass your critical thinking entirely. They know that when someone claims authority, our brains switch from questioning mode to compliance mode. This is why fake tech support calls work so well on educated professionals who trust Microsoft or Apple representatives. 9. Reciprocity bias. The obligation trap. When someone does you a favor, you feel obligated to return it. Scammers exploit this by offering something valuable up front. Maybe it's a free security scan for your computer or insider stock tips that actually pan out initially. Romance scammers are masters of this, showering targets with attention and emotional support before asking for money. Your brain interprets their initial investment as genuine care, creating a psychological debt. Smart people often have strong moral compasses, making them more susceptible to feeling obligated to reciprocate kindness, even from strangers who haven't earned that trust. 8. Confirmation bias. Seeing what we want to see. We naturally seek information that confirms our existing beliefs and ignore contradictory evidence. Investment scams are built on this foundation. If you believe you're a savvy investor, a scammer will present opportunities that align with your self-image. They'll provide just enough supporting evidence to confirm your biases while glossing over the risks. Cryptocurrency scams particularly exploit this by targeting people who already believe in digital currencies. The victims discount warning signs because the opportunity aligns with their worldview about the future of money. 7. Social proof. Following the imaginary crowd. When uncertain, we look to others for guidance. Scammers create fake social proof through testimonials, reviews, and claims about other victims who've benefited. Ponzi schemes thrive on social proof. Early investors become unwitting advocates, genuinely believing in the opportunity because they've seen returns. Smart people often move in circles where everyone seems to be making money, creating powerful peer pressure. The fear of missing out on what others are experiencing can override logical analysis of the opportunity itself. 6. Scarcity bias. The ticking clock effect. Limited time offers trigger our fear of missing out. Scammers create artificial urgency with phrases like "act now" or "only 3 spots left." This time pressure forces quick decisions and prevents thorough analysis. Intelligent people pride themselves on not missing opportunities, making them particularly vulnerable to scarcity tactics. Whether it's a fake investment opportunity or a romance scammer claiming they need immediate help, the ticking clock bypasses rational evaluation and triggers emotional decision-making. 5. Commitment consistency. Doubling down on bad decisions. Once we make a choice, we feel compelled to remain consistent with that decision, even when new evidence suggests we're wrong. This is why advance fee scams work so effectively. After sending the first payment, admitting you've been scammed means acknowledging poor judgment. Instead, victims often send more money, hoping to recover their initial investment. Smart people have strong self-images as good decision-makers, making it psychologically painful to admit they've been fooled. 4. Anchoring bias. The first number sticks. The first piece of information we receive heavily influences all subsequent judgments. Scammers use this by presenting inflated initial offers or claims. If they say their system usually costs $10,000, but they're offering it for just $1,000, That 1,000 seems reasonable by comparison. Your brain anchors on the higher number, making the scam price appear like a bargain. This works even when the actual value is much lower than what you're being asked to pay. 3. Loss aversion. Fear of missing what you already have. We hate losing something more than we enjoy gaining the equivalent amount. Scammers exploit this by convincing you that you already possess something valuable that's at risk. Tech support scams claim your computer is infected, and you'll lose all your data. Romance scammers suggest your relationship is in jeopardy unless you help them immediately. Investment scams warn that you'll miss out on life-changing wealth. Your brain's fear of loss overrides rational analysis because the emotional stakes feel real, even when the threat is manufactured. 2. Sunk cost fallacy. Throwing good money after bad. Once we've invested time, money, or emotion into something, we find it incredibly difficult to walk away, even when continuing is clearly irrational. Long-term scams particularly exploit this bias. After months of small payments or emotional investment, victims feel they've come too far to quit now. The romance scammer who's been building a relationship for months knows you won't abandon that connection easily. The investment scammer counts on you wanting to recover previous losses. The more you've already invested, the harder it becomes to accept it's all gone. 1. The overconfidence effect. Your greatest weakness is thinking you have none. The most dangerous bias of all is overconfidence, especially when it blinds us to our own vulnerability. Many smart and successful individuals fall into the trap of believing that their intelligence or experience makes them immune to being manipulated or deceived. This false sense of security creates an ideal target for sophisticated scams. Because you're so sure of your own judgment, you're likely to ignore red flags, skip double-checking details, or avoid seeking second opinions. You may believe, "I'd never fall for that," which makes you even more susceptible. Scammers understand this mindset well. That's why they often aim their efforts at people who seem confident and self-assured. They know that these individuals are less likely to question their instincts or consider the possibility that they might be wrong. This creates the perfect setup. The more convinced you are that you can't be fooled, the easier it becomes for someone to fool you. The irony is striking. Thinking you're too smart to be scammed actually increases your chances of being scammed. True intelligence involves recognizing your own blind spots. Staying alert, humble, and open to second opinions is what protects you, not just knowledge or success. The moment you believe you're untouchable is the moment you become most vulnerable. Scams don't work because people are stupid. They work because people are human. Which of these psychological tricks surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments, and if you've ever spotted a scam in time, share your story. It might save someone else. If this opened your eyes, like, subscribe, and send it to a friend who needs to hear it. Until next time, stay aware, stay skeptical, and remember, the best defense is knowing the game they're playing.